So this morning, I'm sitting here thinking, always thinking, right? Thinking about my to-do list. And, as you get older, I'm finding this more and more. As you get older, your to-do list takes on a different priority, a different point of view, because at least in my mind, I'm starting to realize that I don't have all the time in the world anymore. It's not like when you're younger and you've got your whole life ahead of you. You don't think about these things as much. Well, what I've been thinking a lot about is my priorities and what it is I actually want to continue to do. Now, what are some of the things that I actually love to do, and what are some of the things that I don't love to do? Well, I'd like to pare down on the list of the things that I don't love to do. Now, one of the things is I'm thinking about maybe getting a house, not a housekeeper, but a house cleaner, because I don't want to spend my days cleaning anymore. I've done a lot of that. I've done enough of that. Now, my garden, yeah, I'd like to farm that out, but I don't mind setting up the garden. So, and once that's done, at least I'm hoping it's going to last me for a lot of years yet. So I don't need a gardener. My backyard is not that big. I just need a little help getting things set up. And I am going to hire my one grandson to help me out to do that. And I already talked to him about that, and he said he would be willing to do it. But on the other hand, when you're retired, a lot of us just don't have the money. So a lot of things have to be DIY. But I don't want to do DIY projects anymore. I watch a lot of YouTube videos where people build all these really cool things out of just stuff they have around and stuff. I don't have the energy to do that anymore. I wish I did, because I DIY'd most things in my life, but I don't have the energy anymore. And when I think about the time that I'm going to have to spend doing this whatever DIY, it's like that's time I'm never going to get back. So I would rather spend my time doing things that I enjoy rather than DIY things that maybe I don't really have to have. Anyway, I've been giving that a lot of thought. So today I am going to lunch with a couple of my friends. Now that's something that I do want to do, even though a meal out is going to cost me more than if I were to cook a meal. And honestly, I enjoy cooking, so I want to continue to cook. So I guess we all have priorities. And then as you get older, you just have to whittle down the DIY to-do list and make it reasonable. So I'm going to get ready now, and I'm going to go meet my friends, and then I'll be back. Well, it's afternoon, and it's cold and damp. It's been raining. It started raining last night, and it's been raining off and on all day. So I just got back from a very nice lunch with my two good friends, and we always have a nice conversation. We always have a nice time. So I look forward to my monthly visits with them, and we go to different restaurants. Sometimes it's breakfast, sometimes it's brunch. So today I had a portobello mushroom fajita that was really good, and I have enough for dinner tonight too. So it's so cold and damp. First thing I did when I got in the door was make myself a cup of tea. So cheers. And this one is Blueberry Muffin by Red Rose, and it's already pre-sweetened. It's a tea bag, but it's pre-sweetened. It's very hot, but it's very good. That'll warm me up some. So no work in the garden today, which is okay because I sort of needed a break. But I started cleaning up my bedroom, which is atrocious. And I've got a lot of pillows, you know, throw pillows. And I think I need to get rid of some. So either that or I'll just switch them up, because that's a quick way to change your decor, is just to change your throw pillows on your chairs and on your sofa. So, but I think I have too many. So I had so many pillows piled in there. They used to be on the bed in two of my other bedrooms. But since my grandson took over those two rooms, he didn't want those pillows. So they were kind of all on my bedroom floor. And I was having a hard time just getting to my closet because it needed to be cleaned up. So I did that this morning before I went to brunch, but still need to do more work up there. I've got a lot of laundry to do that I let go while I was out working in the garden. And it seems like I can only get one thing accomplished in a day. I can either work in the garden, or I can do my laundry, or I can cook some meals, or, you know, I just can't seem to manage to do more than one task in a day. But that's the way it goes. At least I'm still able to get things done. May not be to the best, but, you know, it's not perfect, that's for sure. But that's all right. So I'm thinking one of these days, maybe before the holidays, I'm going to see if I can maybe save up enough money to maybe have somebody come in and help me do a real good house cleaning. I mean, it's not atrocious, but there's, you know, places in my house where I haven't done spring cleaning in a long time, and it really needs some attention. So I'm thinking that with all the work that I'm needing to do in the garden, I've really been neglecting my house. So, I mean, if somebody came over, they probably wouldn't notice, but I notice. You know, you get those corners where the dirt is hiding, and most people, when they go to your house, they don't sit there going, oh, look at that dirt, and look at that dirt. But it's something that a lot of times you yourself does, and then it bothers you. Well, it bothers me. And I don't need perfection when it comes to the housekeeping. I don't need perfection. But, you know, I do have a little bit of a standard. Not much, but a little bit. But I still have gardening stuff in my dining room that needs to go out in the garden. I could put it in the garage, but it's just actually more convenient for me to keep it in the dining room for now, because then all I have to do is walk out my deck and go into the garden. Otherwise, I have to go all the way around through the garage. So I don't know, but I think I need to do that. I wish I could find a reasonably priced house cleaning person. The last time, I think I've had a housekeeper maybe twice in my life. Once was when we moved, and I wanted the house spick and span for the new people moving in. So I hired somebody then, but geez, that was probably back in the early 90s. Could have even been sooner than that. But anyway, or later than that. But anyway, and then one other time I had a lady come in, and I can't remember exactly what she charged an hour. She was here like for 4 hours, and I think she charged like close to $30 an hour, which I thought was quite a bit. She did a great job. That wasn't an issue. But I mean, I wouldn't mind paying $20 an hour. That seems like it would be reasonable, but I don't know. I'll have to look around and see what I can do. And I wouldn't have somebody come in every week. I would just have somebody come in maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks. And if it was once a month, I'd do the upstairs one month, the downstairs the next month, and the basement the next month, so that, you know, every 3 months, the rooms on all the floors would get cleaned. So I don't know, those are just some of the ideas running through my head of how I can try and keep up with what it is I have to do. Although once the garden gets done, and I mean done, I'm not talking about pulling weeds and stuff, set up the way I want it, it'll be easier for me to also keep the house clean. So it's like everything is intertwined, you know, and especially as you get older, you have to figure out ways to make your life easier and not just throw up your hands and throw in the towel and say, I can't do any of this anymore. I don't want to get to that point yet. I may get to that point someday, I don't know. But, you know, I'd like to at least be able to take care of the things that I enjoy. And I don't want to get rid of everything either. I get rid of things, you know, it's not like I hang on to everything. I'm not a real sentimental clutter person, but the clutter that I do have, I like. I like my clutter. So I know a lot of people, especially as they get older, they want everything clean and know this and know that. And I get that. That makes a lot of sense. But I still enjoy the things that I have. I like my electric candles. I like to light those up in the winter. I like my pillows. I like my gnomes. I have a lot of gnomes. I like my cookbooks. I enjoy those. And I take them out every now and then and look at the recipes, even though I don't follow recipes, but I get a general idea of what to put in to my cooking with the recipe books. And yeah, so I want to continue to enjoy those things. And when I no longer enjoy something, then it'll go by the wayside. So I noticed that when I was going through my bedroom, I have a lot of old blankets, and I like the newer ones better because they're in better shape, obviously. But I want to donate those to a dog shelter, and because they can always use old sheets and old pillowcases, you know, that some of the things they make into rags, blankets for the dogs in their cages and stuff like that. So I need to make a trip to the dog shelter. We have one very close to where I live, and I'm going to drop off some of those things there. And so that'll make a little bit more room. And then I want to get started when I'm done with the yard. I want to get started on the garage. But some of the things in my garage are actually going to be going into the garden, like my pop-up greenhouse and also my potting bench that needs to be put together. So that'll clear out some of the things in my garage. So it's a process, you know. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in a big rush to get any of it done. I just keep chipping away at it, and eventually it gets done. So I'm going to go enjoy my tea and stop yakking here. And let me know in the comments below, you know, what are you doing in your older years, or even if you're younger? How do you keep your clutter or your life in order? Or maybe it's not in order. Maybe your life is in disarray and you'd like to get it in order. So let's put a few ideas in the comment section, and maybe we can share and get some good ideas. So, tea time. I think I'm going to go enjoy this cup of tea and get under a blanket because it's really damp and chilly. I don't know. I don't even think I think it's somewhere in the 50s. So next week is supposed to be a little better, a little warmer. So I'm hoping to make good progress next week. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.